Background: Lawrence Fobes, Larry King was born on January 13, 1993 at the Ventura County Medical Center in Ventura, California. Larry was born to a 15-year-old mother who was addicted to alcohol and crack cocaine. Larry is half black. Larry's biological father left his wife, and his mother was unable to care for him, as she resorted to prostitution to support her children and drug use. 2 years later, Larry and his newborn brother were adopted by Gregory and Dawn King. Larry was prescribed medication for ADHD, and was diagnosed with reactive attachment disorder, where a child fails to develop relationships with their caregivers. He had to repeat the first grade. By the time he was in grade 3, Larry was bullied by his classmates due to his feminine behavior and being gay. As he came out when he was 10 years old. When Larry was 12, he was put on probation for theft and vandalism as he took food from the fridge in the home he was living. In November 2007, 3 months before he was murdered, he was removed from his adoptive home and placed in a group home treatment center called Casa Pacifica, after he alleged that his adopted father Gregory King was physically abusing him. Gregory denied this charge. When he was in the 7th grade, Larry began attending E.O. Green Junior High School. Larry found his school to be an accepting environment. He hung around a group of girls. Larry wore women's clothes, accessories, high heels and makeup to school. But the boys in school would openly bully him. Larry's younger brother Rocky was also bullied because he was Larry's brother. Some teachers at this junior high school found the way Larry was dressing a violation of the school's dress code, and very distracting towards other students. In California, there is an anti-discrimination law that prevents gender discrimination, including gender expressions, so Larry was not prevented from dressing how he liked. A week before the shooting, Larry had asked to be called Letitia. There was an email that was sent to all teachers in the school from the school's 8th grade assistant principal Sue Parsons, which reads, "We have a student on campus who has chosen to express his by wearing makeup. It is his right to do so. Some kids are finding it amusing. Others are bothered by it. As long as it does not cause classroom disruptions, he is within his rights. We are asking that you talk to your students about being civil and non-judgmental. They don't have to like it, but they need to give him his space. We are also asking you to watch for possible problems. If you wish to talk further about it, please see me or Joy Epstein." In the months before the shooting, Larry responded to the boys who were bullying him. He would tell boys that harassed him in the locker room that they looked attractive, or asked if he could sit at their table in the cafeteria. Sometimes Larry would tell those boys, "I know you want me," in the halls between classes. Court documents state that prosecutors described these behaviors as a response to increasing aggression from other boys, particularly Brandon McInerney, with whom King had had a number of acrimonious verbal disputes in the weeks prior to the shooting. Brandon David McInerney was born on January 24, 1994 in Ventura, California. Brandon's mom, Kendra, had a criminal past and was addicted to meth. In 1993, Kendra accused her husband, Brandon's dad William McInerney, of shooting her with a pistol. And in another incident, William choked Kendra to the point where she was almost unconscious after. She accused him of stealing ADHD medication from her older son. William pleaded no contest and served 10 days in jail along with 36 months probation. Between August 2000 and February 2001, William McInerney contacted Child Protective Services 5 times to express concern about Brandon living with Kendra. In 2001, William filed a restraining order against Kendra, and in 2004 Brandon was placed in the custody of his dad as his mom entered rehab. February 12, 2008, Larry is shot. A day or two before the shooting, Larry walked onto the basketball court in the middle of a game and asked McInerney to be his Valentine in front of the team members, then made fun of McInerney. Just after the school's lunchtime on February 11, Larry had passed Brandon in a corridor and allegedly said, "Love you, baby," to Brandon. Later that day, King was seen parading back and forth in high-heeled boots and makeup in front of Brandon. According to a teacher, a group of boys were laughing at Brandon, who was getting visibly upset, and assistant principal Joy Epstein, noticing Brandon's reaction, wagged her finger at him. On February 12, 2008, Brandon was witnessed repeatedly looking at King during a class in a computer lab. At 8:15 a.m. Californian time, Brandon pulled out a .22 caliber revolver which belonged to relatives from his bag and shot Larry twice in the head. Brandon tossed the handgun on the floor and walked out of the classroom after the shooting. He was apprehended by police 5 blocks away from the school campus about 7 minutes later. Larry was transported to St. John's Regional Medical Center, where he was in serious condition. He was declared brain dead on February 13 and died on February 14, 2008. Larry's organs were donated. Aftermath. Trial. In the aftermath of Larry's murder, there were vigils and marches organized throughout the U.S. Condolences were expressed by Hillary Clinton and Ellen DeGeneres. 1,000 students in the Hueneme School District, where E.O. Green is located, marched to pay tribute to King on February 16, 2008, 4 days after the shooting. A new diversity education bill was introduced on behalf of Larry. A local vigil in Ventura was organized a year after Larry's death. Gregory was reportedly unconvinced his adoptive son was gay, as Larry had only recently told him that he was bisexual. Gregory also believes that Larry was sexually harassing Brandon and has expressed concern that King is being made a poster child for gay rights issues. Teachers also showed some sympathy for Brandon, stating, "We failed Brandon. We didn't know the bullying was coming from the other side. Larry was pushing as hard as he could, because he liked the attention." Hundreds of children from the school signed a petition requesting that McInerney be tried as a juvenile. In August 2008, Larry's family filed a claim against E.O. Green Junior High School at Ventura County Superior Court, alleging that the school's allowing King to wear makeup and feminine clothing was a factor leading to his death. The California Attorney General's office says the school could not have legally have stopped King from wearing girls' clothes because state law prevents gender discrimination. Some teachers at E.O. Green alleged that Assistant Principal Joy Epstein was encouraging King's flamboyance to help further an agenda. When Joy was later promoted to principal at another local public school, Larry's father described it as a slap in the face of my family. The school's superintendent, Jerry Dannenberg, stated that Epstein received the promotion because she was the most qualified person for the new principal job. On July 24, 2008, it was ruled in the Ventura County Superior Court that Brandon would be tried as an adult in the murder of Larry King. On August 7 in that same court, Brandon pleaded not guilty to premeditated murder and hate crime. Brandon was assessed by a psychiatrist and a psychologist in December of that year and was found competent to stand trial. On December 29 a motion for discovery to determine if prosecutors thought sending Brandon's case to the adult court system was denied. William McInerney was found dead in his living room on March 18, 2009. Brandon was granted permission to attend his father's funeral. After many delays, the trial began on July 5, 2011, taking place in Chatsworth, Los Angeles. The district attorneys in this case did use the gay panic defense as a strategy. Brandon was retried on October 5 of that year. For the second trial, the prosecutors dropped the hate crime charge. On November 21, 2011, Brandon pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, voluntary manslaughter and use of a firearm. On December 19, Brandon was sentenced to 21 years behind bars, initially in a juvenile facility and then in prison upon turning 18. With no credit given for time served prior to the trial or for good behavior. As of March of this year, Brandon is currently imprisoned at the California Correctional Center. Larry would have been 29 years old if he was still alive. Rest in peace, Larry. Articles on Larry King.